Hey YouTube, Aiden / just Aiden. Here talking about my new 42T, my first impressions. Reminder, if you want a lesson, link in the description. Let's talk about this. So I've kind of talked about my trials and tribulations with my A47, my other large bore tenor, which is now in a case and not being played, because I bought this. I've gone through a bunch of things with that A47. It is a really, really good instrument. I'm not going to back away from that, but it's geared towards a specific purpose that is kind of not the purpose that I use large bore tenor for. If I were a principal trombone of an orchestra or a soloist or something, I think I would probably keep it and have like another horn for other things. But I don't do that very often because I'm not that guy. And I need something that's just a little more even, kind of does everything else just a little bit better. And so I've been kind of not very purposefully looking for a new large bore tenor to replace it, even though I'm really happy with it. It's kind of conflicting feelings. I really like it, but I think there's something just a little bit better out there for me. And I happened to stumble upon this 42T. 42 is the Bach large bore tenor trombone. T stands for Thayer. This is a horn that's no longer made, probably since the early 2010s, maybe 2014, 2013, I don't know, somewhere around there. They stopped making the 42T, and now they make the 42AF, which is the axial flow version. Yes, it does stand for axial flow. That comes with the infinity valve. Yes, it's just called infinity valve, right? Yeah, which is basically a Thayer with ball bearings at the top and the bottom. It means it lasts a lot longer. Maybe it works better. I've played a few of those. I've played some really good ones. I've played a lot of really bad ones. The same thing can probably be said for the 42T. Thayer valve, we've gone over this in my valve video and a bunch of other things. Kind of an oddball design because it's axial flow. Everything moves through the valve, and it turns in a different plane. There we go. Man, I cannot use my brain today. Turns in a different axis than the usual rotor, which turns this way, right? Which means the seals keeping everything together are this way and this way. And if you use these without oil, or they're not set up right in the first place, they just leak like crazy. And so there's a lot of these out there that have been just played into oblivion. The anodized aluminum valve cores will corrode after a while, especially if you drink coffee and play or whatever. All sorts of things can go wrong with these horns, and not all of them were made very well in the first place. But the good ones are really good, and I think this might be a really good one. I'm going to meet up with my former teacher, because he has literally a 90s 42T just like this, and see how it stacks up soon. But my thoughts are pretty gosh darn positive so far. So one problem I have with my A47 is the rotor is really good. It's super fast. It plays well, but it's not even enough for my taste. The C and B and the staff just tend to fight me a little bit, and doing something like this, it was not as easy as I would like it to be. The sound would change a lot. I could get it to kind of work, but I just couldn't get those to feel like really good notes. And then below that, that low F on this feels really, really good. Whereas the low F on the A47, I actually started tending to use it in sixth, because in first position, I'd miss it here and there, or it wouldn't sound very good. I'd play really flat. And on this, I do not have that problem. And it's great all the way down to D flat. Nice, big fat sound. Still sounds like tenor trombone. Doesn't sound like bass trombone, at least to my ears. A lot wider, of course. But nice, fat middle to the sound. It's not just very wide. I can get a good front on the note. That's all I want the low range on tenor to be. Just nice and easy to play. I don't have to think about it a lot. And guess what? Thayer valve does that pretty well. I don't really have a problem with pedals. But on the A47, but they're good on this too. The mid register was probably my biggest problem with A47. It really wanted to be played from B flat to B flat. Tuning B flat to high B flat was like the golden range for the A47. And up there, it's kind of perfect. It gives you like just the right resistance to just have those notes leap out of the horn with like a great attack, a great sound. Computer just woke up for no reason. But the range right below that, the middle range, didn't just have the same sound. It didn't speak quite as easily. Still good. It was not bad by any means. It wasn't like inconsistent. Just could have been better. And on this, it feels really good. Feels even. None of the notes feel like they're out of place. I like the sound a lot. Like. Not used to this tuning at all yet. I think third position is a little farther out than it was on my other horn. So that was a horrible example. But, man, it just feels really good. And then the high range, which is really good on the A47, is also really good on this, just in a different way. Nice little A in the B scale for you. It's really open. It's not so open that you're having to do so much work at the face to make notes happen, but it kind of lets you put some air through rather than giving you like a stuffy feeling to help you out. And actually I had a problem with the A47 above kind of like C-ish, high C. It was just a little stuffy and wouldn't let me leap those notes out of the horn. Whereas, probably not right now because I just played all day, the range above B flat is actually really good. Feels pretty good right now too. And those notes just didn't have the same kind of quality to them on the A47. So, first impressions, playing by myself for a couple days, really, really positive. It's also easier for me to switch back and forth between this and my other horns. Like today I played small tenor, this, and contra, and coming back to this every time, piece of cake. So very positive so far. Pretty sure I'm selling my A47. Even if I don't end up keeping this, I'll move on to something else, I think. Those are my first impressions, and we'll get more of that stuff later. See you guys next time.